Hello everybody, I'm Penros776. Welcome back to Chaos Season, where we are keeping our train of stupidity rolling. This time, though, instead of Duo Robin, we're running Emblem Ike, the double Tempest for range, because Ike is actually pretty decent at getting rid of Ike. The attacking Ike wins in most circumstances anyway, so hopefully that's how things are going to roll out here. We're also running our classic Amarin trick. We've got Tina to steal buffs, Freya because it's Chaos Season and there's some nasty debuffs out there. We really want Freya. Gatekeeper because I mean best unit in the game. And to keep our hindrance online and to hopefully provide some dances, we have Joe Peony. Turns out that might actually backfire a little bit. You'll see why in a couple matches time. On the enemy team, Hortensia, the new Caeda +1, Emblem Ike +1, new Myrrh, and Veil. They've buffed themselves up a whole bunch. Luckily for us, those are our buffs now. And something interesting going on here, our little rally trick with Emmerin didn't go off, and I'm still not entirely sure why. You might think that it's because we've stolen the nullifying penalties buff from the enemy team's Peony applying it, but I'm not entirely sure that that's the case, because sometimes, even when that does happen, Emmerin rallies anyway. So I'm still not entirely sure how the AI works on that one, I'm afraid. Well, nonetheless, even though we didn't manage to sneak out any kills first time around, look at how tanky our team is. Although we might be able to deal with Gatekeeper here. And indeed they are, but Gatekeeper isn't really the scariest thing we've got. No, the scariest thing we've got is that Ike right there. You see, now we're rallying. Admittedly, Peony not in Tina range, so that doesn't really explain anything, actually. But Ike going to attack into Myrrh and Great Aether. Number 1 for massive damage. Next up, Freya attacking into the enemy Ike. Let's see how this goes. More or less what I expected. The guy is an absolute menace. Does miss the kill, but unfortunately, his built-in pulse effect completely decharges our Gale Force, so we're not going to get any of that kind of shenanigan, I'm afraid. Now, as you can see, our attacking Ike takes about half the health off of their defending Ike. This is what I mean when I say that in Ike fights, the attacking Ike has the advantage. Unfortunately, not actually gonna get us over the line there. Normally we'd want to dance to make a second Ike fight happen, but our dancer already used that. Now, Bolt Tower did go off, and they did have Bolt Tower on the correct side, so all of our units, sadly, on one lone single hit point here. And that should make them a pretty easy finish off for these units. Only Emmerin left. And shouldn't be too difficult for them to handle this. Yep, just send Ike up, and even though the Hex Trap takes him out, it's not as if Emmerin can actually kill him, because he's Ike. He's just an incredibly stupid unit. Not as if she can kill him, not as if she can hurt him, even. Great Aether, and that is the map. Not the cleanest start to the season, but we did manage to snipe out one unit, which, well, it's Chaos Season, so people are actually completely willing to take that, it turns out. The base score on Chaos Season is just so high that you can afford to take a few losses and still score well. Next up, Elamine. Not fully built. Eye Green +1, Peony +1, Attuned Peony, Emblem Ike +1, and Arcadian Altina +1. And here it is, the era of Ike Plonks. They plonk Ike, and the Emmeryn happens and creates the perfect platform to just slide out and snipe someone. However, this is what I meant when I said that Emmeryn and Joe Peony perhaps a little bit of a liability together. You see, when it comes down to it, Emmeryn doesn't have a 5 damage rule. This is good for making sure that Emmeryn actually rallies, right? She can't be baited out, she's always going to rally if she gets the opportunity. However, no 5 damage rule means that if she rallies and then she gets danced, there is also nothing stopping her from rallying a second time. Normally, after the first rally, you're kind of hoping that there's an enemy in range for your rally unit to go and attack, which they'll then choose to hit rather than rallying, but Emmeryn, it can just run off back to the back lines. So when we get back to Dark Season, I hope you'll keep that in mind as to why I'm running Kvasir on that season instead of a rally unit. Anyway, they're doing some nonsense with their Ike again. In the Ike fight, the attacking Ike is the Ike who wins. And this time, they were able to attack twice in a row with their Ike and handle our Ike just fine. However, Peony in range of Freya, that's bad news for them. That's very bad news for them because, as it so happens, we have Gale Force charged by that, able to completely bypass their Ike, shoot out Emmeryn instead. Now Tina, holy pressure, 37 damage, not bad, an extra 6, actually taking some pretty big chunks out of this Ike. Now unfortunately, as is common for Ikes, he is going to heal all the way back up. But it's gonna come down to Freya. Can we push 30 damage over the line? And the answer is yes, we just barely can. That was 32 damage right there. And that just leaves Arcadian Altina. Unfortunately, having burst through that Ike, we're looking at a kind of rough spot for actually being able to deal with this Altina. Unlike Ike, Freya is now at a color triangle disadvantage.
My turn.
And yeah, it looks like with this special, there's no way he's surviving. And Emmeryn and Peony are both not exactly designed to take care of a big old tank like this, I'm afraid. So yes, that is going to be the end of the road. Well, it'll take a little while because Altina can't counterattack. No NCD on this build.
We can reach an accord.
And there it is.
End of the
Still,
road.
what I was saying about people being happy to accept losses on Chaos Season really is true, huh? This person lost all but one unit and missed a pot, and they're still apparently just completely fine with it. Remarkable. By the way, if you're still here, come back next season and make sure you subscribe so that you don't forget to come back next season because, well, more silly stuff. It's on the way, I'm telling you. Next opponents here, Goto, Brave, Robin, Emblem Ike, popular as usual, Triandra, and Tina. That is the attuned Triandra, so the one who has a little extra damage aura. And yet again, the strategy of Ike Plonks is in high demand. Yeah, there, for the second time, is Amarin managing to not only waste our dance, but also, in the same sweep, ruin our warping. Bit of a pain. However, their Ike is brought very low by the Ike fight, and Tina's pre-charged, thanks to the Rally Spectrum we got, and Ike weakest on the first hit. And well, by weakest, he's dead. Now their Tina has Rally Spectrum, stolen of course from our Tina, so also going to swing back with a big pre-charge special. But dealing with Altina is all she can manage, and they may think that they've hidden from Ike. They have not hidden from Ike. Remember, that guy has double Tempest. And here he goes, Tempesting all the way into the corner. Only takes 1 damage from Triandra. This unit is ridiculous, and hitting back for 99. Next up, Freya. Goes for Tina. This should be a kill as well. Sure is. I mean, a little close, but sure is. And warp down, Peony, refresh, Freya, keep on going. 72 times 2. We're going to eat a counterattack from Robin, but that's actually good for us because look what we just charged. It's Gale Force. We just charged Gale Force and got over the last unit on the enemy team. Falls as well. That's a whole team wipe, my friends. We used our Ike to crack their Ike, and then Freya finished off and cleaned house. You know, I could get used to this kind of Ike fighting nonsense. Well, anyway, next opponent's team here, Legendary Yuri, Lyon, Peony plus 3, Winter Edelgard, and Klein plus 10 with the Arcane Darkbow. Bold move here, setting up out of range because clearly someone didn't read the part where we have double Tempest on our team. And now, go, Tina, go. Double Tempest puts their units in range. The Amarin Warp puts even more of their units in range. And, well, from here, we're going to do some pretty serious damage. That's Winter Edelgard dead. Do we have an angle on Lyon? We sure do. Now, unfortunately, we kind of hit a little too hard there. If we could have done a tiny bit less damage, we would have been able to sneak a Gale Force out of that one, but it doesn't matter. Here's Amarin coming in to finish off Klein as well. Man, missing the Gale Force actually is sad, because if we had charged that Gale Force, we could have managed turn 1 full team wipe, but as it is sadly not going to be the case. Legendary Yuri survives, but not for long. Not for long by any stretch of the imagination. Here's Freya to deal the final blow.
That's it.
Bye. So, man, when Emmeryn works, she really works, huh? Well, next up, foes here are Hilda, plus 10, of course, Tari Azura, plus 1, Duo Kagero, Duo Byleth, plus 1, and Attuned Caeda. Bit of hopping in and out with their Cav units here, and unlike previous player, they perhaps read the skills. Perhaps. Turn 2, putting Byleth in at the edge of range, and yet again, nonsense here getting the better of us, I'm afraid. Emmeryn didn't have this problem on our last team, but now apparently she does. I'm not sure how to fix it. We'll work something out. Or we won't, one or the other.
Got you something.
Turn 3, and oh, that Bolt Tower is very unfortunate for us. Again, Bolt Tower, ridiculously overtuned building, if I'm being perfectly honest, and doubly so in Chaos Season, where you don't even have extra mythic hit points to make up the difference. A max level Bolt Tower is just going to dump your entire team down to 1 hit point, which remarkably Freya surviving that combat on 1 hit point, but with the dance, well, actually it's not the dance that does it, it's the pre-charged iceberg from Hilda. Yeah, that is going to finish him off.
I have foreseen victory.
Kagero deals with Emmeryn, and, well, everyone's in the far save range of Byleth here, so unfortunately not much hope for Tina to snipe out a kill here.
The Winters?
Blessing.
Yeah, unfortunately, extra actions seemingly getting in the way of our Emmeryn strategy. Could have gone quite differently if I found a way to solve that issue, but so far I haven't found a way, so this is where we're at. And to finish up the season, you may think it's been a very short season. Yes, it kind of has. We're up against Gulveig, Brave Gulveig, Attuned Peony, Legendary Sigurd, plus 10, Emblem Ike, and Attuned Caeda. Well, the strategy this season is very obvious, apparently. But yes, and they're just plonking with Ike. Yes, I only got 6 matches this season. I put a whole lot of effort into trying to get extra matches, and they just did not happen. I literally did 50 lift attacks to try and fish for more counterattacks, but no. Apparently no one wants to do that in this day and age. Well, in any case, looks like we've got a repeat of the previous Ike Blanc here. Ike doing most of the work, and Tina coming in to deal the finishing blow. Unlike last time, our positioning isn't quite as aggressive, so we're not able to pick up any additional kills beyond that, but things still look pretty good. Yes, Gulveig able to trim off some of the units from the front of our team here, but I'm not sure if they've got anything left that can actually handle the big Ike himself. I mean, their best bet is waiting for Bolt Tower, but they just don't have the movement to get everyone out of range, especially not with double Tempest on him. So yes, that is the end of Chaos Season. A pretty short Chaos Season, I'm afraid, but well, it worked pretty well nonetheless. We did lose a couple matches, but it's Chaos Season. If you're expecting to win every match on Chaos Season, you are expecting yourself to get incredibly lucky, because Chaos Season is a season where the offense is just so much stronger than the tools you have on defense. In any case, thanks everyone for showing up. Your likes, your comments, especially your subscriptions, are greatly appreciated, and I will see you all in the next one. Penrust out.